And we're live. Why is the camera like that? Why do I feel like I'm showing more of myself with this camera angle? More of my room is being shown here. I should plug in my no, I don't want to go out there. It's late. I don't want to put the I don't want to put the Ethernet cable out there. Is the lighting right? Why does it look weird? Why does it look like that? Why does it look like that? Did I move something? Is something moved? Something's not right here. Something don't look right. As always, it's a late night chat, and it's always like a little. It could be better. Could be better. Could be better. Maybe it's because my monitor isn't white. I don't know. Hello, Abhishek. Oh my gosh! Look at Pickles judging me. Just kidding. She's just there sleeping. Yeah. Why does it look like that? Is it me? Does it always look like this? Do I always show all this? No, I'm not doing readings today. I'm not doing free readings, at least. You can either do it through Super Chat or through PayPal only on this live stream. Sorry. But we're going to talk about that too. Why did YouTube like change something? I feel like the setup is weird. Something's off. Something's weird. Something's different. Maybe it's because it's flipped. Is it because it's flipped? I think it's because it's because it's flipped. On StreamYard, my bed is on this side to me. So yeah. So yeah. Yeah. What else? Oh, I don't have water with me. I never go live. I go live and I'm never prepared. I'm not, no. As you can see, I don't have water. I don't have water with me, so I'm not a Virgo. I don't have water to drink. I'm unprepared. I just went live very impulsively. That's a hint right there. Mari 772. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. No, those are none of those. Nope. None of them. None of them. All wrong. All wrong. Don't do that. Why? You're going to trick them. You're going to confuse them. Nope, not a Cancer either. Hello, Enya? Will it come back to me? Let me see. You got the Hanged Man. No. Oh, Virgos ask a lot of questions and always speak their minds. I wouldn't say Virgos do that. I would say more. You're welcome. Why? Come back for another reading anytime. I would say Virgos are more critical. So I guess in that case, they do ask questions, but yeah. Nia. Okay. I was like, is it Enya or is it Nia or is it Nia? Well, yeah. So yeah, Virgos, I think it's more like they're asking questions because they're being critical rather than, and the speaking their mind part, I don't know about that. I have to look into that more. Again, I'm not an astrologer. I'm fascinated by it so far. And I've learned a little bit, a thing or two here and there about it. Hello, Pepper Jackie. So yeah, I have nothing to talk about. Like always with these. If you see them like this, I never have something like that. Are we guessing your side? I mean, we could. I don't know if y'all can. I already gave like a big old hint earlier. I said a keyword to one of them, but yeah. What do you think of a Pisces? I think they're very, very emotional. Much more of like the listless, maybe dreamy kind of type to me. A little bit unfocused, but yeah. What does your shirt say? Hurley. It's the brand. It looks like a much darker red than what it is on screen. Scorpio. Scorpios, I think, are very much more. They're again, they're supposed to be the mysterious type. I find them fascinating. I find them interesting. I find that they're usually the more complex people. Yeah, compared to the other signs, at least. A little bit manipulative, maybe? No tea, no shade, no pink lemonade, because I have a lot of Scorpio friends. A lot of people I get along with are Scorpio. Right at home. For what? On which one's Pisces or Scorpio? No, I'm pretty sure it might have been another one. I don't know. I don't know how behind the chat is on YouTube, but on StreamYard it's always like a few minutes. Oh, Pisces. I mean, my niece and my nephew, they're both Pisces, and they're very sensitive. Very sensitive. The ruffle shuffle of the... I'm shuffling the Marielle here. Does he love me? Let me see. True, my brother's a Scorpio. Sometimes it can be kind of hard to talk to them because he always wants to win every argument. Oh, why? He does. He really does. You know, he has so much to share, but you know, he just doesn't know how to give it to you right. You know. Oh, well, thank you, Nia. Wait, review? I don't think I've ever done a... well, oh wait, you mean like this one? I'm like, I don't think I've ever done a review. Oh no, I've done a comparison. I've done a video series on the Marielle, which I need to work on that. I need to work on... well, I am working on it. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that, Nia. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear my influencing capabilities are influencing the influenced as they should be influenced. If you haven't noticed, I'm now an official tarot influencer. You're welcome. Oh, look at that. It's 4:40 a.m. Girl, Nia, you gotta go to bed. It's bedtime. Oh, no. Oh, no. No, you still have like 20 boxes to unbox, right? Don't leave now. No. Well, say goodbye to Wise Channel, everyone. It was fun while it lasted. He left an impact, and let me tell you, he will leave a void that will probably never, ever be filled again. Goodbye, Y. But then it turns out that the card was talking about YouTube all along. I was having an argument with my boyfriend that ended up with all lovey-dovey. Oh my gosh! Oh, hi, 78 cards. Tell a story. I go away for a couple of months and your hair is out of control. No more beanie. Yeah, the beanie can't contain... well, I think it might look cute, but it's not beanie weather anymore. And this is way too long. So now I have to put it... I can put it in a bun. I can put it in a bun. Oh, hello, Tar Apple. Why, you can combine them, keep it PG friendly. Yeah, do the typical boyfriend tag that nobody really watches. I look like Jesus. I do, which is why I kind of... he's not... oh, who? Me or your boyfriend? Why, do you have a boyfriend now? Did you like surprise get a boyfriend in the past like few days? But yeah, speaking of looking like Jesus, I was like looking for the right icon picture for something. And I was like, I don't like this one. I don't like this one. I don't want to use this one. I don't want to use that. And I saw an old painting of Jesus and I'm like, I'm going to use this. And it looked wonderfully. I love it. So I'm like, you know what? Hey, Mexican Jesus here. But if you're talking about if I'm wearing underwear, I am wearing underwear because I don't get commando. I just don't get it. I mean, but for me personally, I just couldn't. I just couldn't. No. No, I couldn't. No. Who does that? Who does that? Do people like genuinely say, I feel so much more comfortable? Or I just like going, I'm like, who, what? In the day to day? No, 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 no. No, no, no. No, thank you. I will pass on that. Is he dabbing? Are those emojis dabbing or are they covering their mouth coughing? Because it looks like they're dabbing. Wanted to say I've been loving the vibe of your channel. Well, thank you, Nia. Thank you. Don't you want to just quit? This is so tiring. At times, that's when I don't like upload for a while. Like you'll see like gaps in my channel where I don't upload. And girl, that's why I'm working on my Patreon. And it's like, you know, that's what I've been doing all day. I'm like, you know what? So that's the thing. It's like I can't just keep doing it for free, and I'm gonna give it a try on Patreon. You know, that's what I'm planning on doing for the small little Tigers Nation that I have here that apparently exists, that doesn't exist, but it does. I don't know. It doesn't. No, it's not. Well, it should be. I haven't been reading books like that much. But technically, yeah. I'm working on my OnlyFans. Oh my gosh. I mean, if it works, it works. Apparently, people use OnlyFans not for what it's like known for. Apparently, I'm like, girl, people only go on there for the naked photos, you know? But I should get back into the habit of like bedtime reading again. You mean right there? Pickles right here? Yeah. Yeah, that's her. She's still kicking it. I can't sleep without reading first. You see, I used to be, well, I was never like that. I can sleep without reading, but I do find that reading does put me to sleep easier than not, you know. I think it's switching. You're uploading more and I just want to hide. I feel like okay, so here's why I'm uploading more though. You know, mostly because one, I have a much more open schedule compared to back then. I'm not, you know, babysitting anymore right now. And I'm like, you know what? If I'm going to be here and I'm going to be doing this stuff, I'm got to be like on it, you know? And I got to be like switching to doing private one-on-one readings and looking to push that and use my channel as a platform for that. Do more of the educational series and just do that and have it like and probably have that lead into like towards the fade out of my channel probably, because it's like, it is true. It's like, you can't be doing the same thing forever. And I've been doing this for what? 4 years, probably longer. No, right? 2016, 2017, around there. Let's see. I used to be able to read a novel a week, and now I struggle reading a few pages here and there. Haha. It's like sometimes I get into like a phase of like a month of reading just books. Like I'll read like 5 books in a few months, and then I'll stop. And then I'll pick up a book and read this and that. But I find that I'm reading a lot of other stuff as well, but it's like it's not like how I used to read. It's not like how I used to read. but we get the tea if you leave. Trust me, but like how I'm planning things, it'll probably be quite some time before I leave. Let me just say that. You know, it's like long in the future. Who knows? Hopefully YouTube will even still be around. You never know. You know, world's fucking crazy. You know what happens. Let's see. I can't read. Girl, you can read. You can read. Why? You just gotta find the right books that you like to read and you want to read. That's the point of reading. You have to want to read. If you don't want to read, then why are you reading it? You know? You know what I mean? If you don't feel like excited to read it, why are you gonna read it? You know? You used to read to us. I kind of want to maybe bring it back, but not like, you know, who knows? You know? Again, I'm thinking things up and I'm trying to think of what to do, you know, with my channel and where it's going and all that. Only 2 years for me. 2 years and you're tired already of it. Let me tell you, it's real. It's real. Like how you just like, there are moments where you just like it, where you're just not interested in doing it anymore and you don't feel it. And it's like, that's when you like you don't have to upload, you know, keep yourself busy with other stuff, you know. Yeah, I used to literally, and I call it a book club. Let's be real, that wasn't book club. That was plagiarism, copyright infringement. What is that? Oh, Rim the Queen. Not sure about that account name, but through Super Chat or through PayPal, sure you can. Through Super Chat or PayPal, which I should have put my PayPal link in the description down below, but no. But I'm just here talking about nothing, you know. Talking about, well, here's the thing. Kind of want to talk about Patreon, girl, because I am already setting it up. That's what I'm talking about. I kind of hit. I'm like, should I not talk about it? I'm like, I'm gonna talk about it because I got to vent about this shit, you know. Nobody tells you the specifics on how to do certain things with it. Like I was like, how do you do an Etsy shop? How do you run it? How do you actually send an email PDF thing, you know? And so right now I'm like setting up a Patreon. So far, it's actually it's easier than I thought. So I'm like going through that, but now the real work of like, okay, how am I going to set up a good tier system and how am I going to set up a good schedule for me to be uploading and doing videos and doing live streams and doing and fitting in like readings and essentially using it as a reading subscription system thing. So you get a monthly and or weekly readings, you know, delivered to either through email or through a video that's unlisted or something, you know, and get like early access to my videos, dude, because it's like, I'm like, I gotta expand. I gotta do other things. I can't just be doing, you know, this, you know. Yeah, it's the tier system and like pricing it right, you know, like, because it's like, if you're at tier 1, you get the basic whatever. Tier 2, you get what's in tier 1, but also some extras and all that, you know? So on and so forth. And I'm like, okay, here we go, you know? But yeah, who knows how many people will get on it? Who knows, you know, how I can best utilize it, how if it'll go anywhere, you know? That's why you're going with OnlyFans. You see, I think just like OnlyFans, I think it's like only for the nudie pics, you know, for the adult content, you know. $9.99 a month, not bad. I wish I could afford it. Let me set up my Patreon first and let people subscribe, you know. So yeah, I really should get water because I can already feel my throat getting dry. And you can tip for nude reading. I've never even heard of it till now. Why? Tar apple. It's for well, I mean, like I said, people use it for things not just you know, that, you know. I don't know, does Patreon support adult content like that? I feel like it does. I might head out. Thanks for the chill time. All right, good morning, Nia. right? Good morning. I'm assuming that's the time it is. Yeah, don't tar Apple. You'll like I said, OnlyFans is for adult content. I don't know if why is serious. I'm like, why you are actor? Do you need to resort to such things? Well, no tea, no shade, no judgment. Hi, at 4:44. Do you have insomnia? If that's the case, I feel like a lot of people that have insomnia come onto my live streams because I like to go on late at night, but I do know that I need to start going live in the middle of the day during daytime. But yeah, Nia, do you like have trouble sleeping? Did you sleep at least? I don't get how people can go to sleep and wake up at 4 to 5 a.m. I'm like, that's got to be a human rights violation. I'm always on that. Always on that. See, like, look at Pickles. Look at her. She's like, turn that shit off. Turn off the lights. Let me sleep. I'm like, no, I'm not. You see, and you're working on a play. Why? You go do that. You go do what you need to do. Let's see, the problem I see with the higher tiers is having something extra above lower tiers that people want to pay for every month. What do you mean? The problem I see with higher tiers is having something extra above lower tiers that people want to pay for every month. That's one of the things I think what you're talking about. What I want to make sure is people are getting their money's worth, at least. It's kind of the basics, Yeah, coming up with something all the time. Yeah, like every month. For me, it's like, okay, tarot readings, you kind of already have that thing that's going to be new every month. And also with a tarot series, you have at least probably, I'm probably going to have way less videos in this, but at least if we want to do it card by card, 78 videos right there. So that right there is its own series, that you can like have set up and edit, up, record, edit, upload, once a week at a certain time, and have that for like 78 weeks right there, essentially. Thinking of it like logistically. Because it's like what I'm thinking of is like having multiple series. Like I have many like planned out, but I have essentially one big one that I want to work on that I'm like, this might be the one and call it a day. But then another part of me is also like, do this one first and see how it goes. And a part of me wants to do like just a basic beginner video series or Rider-Waite-Smith video series, and go into that. But it's, planning it all out. I have no idea. We got to figure things out. Maybe message some people. Ugh. Socializing. That's all I can think of. And yeah, I'm like on a social platform. I'm like on a big platform here. I'm like, but talking to people. Oh, I can't do that. That's too much work. And also setting up my Etsy shop as well for people to buy readings or something. Not necessarily an Etsy shop. No, I don't. Like, it's like a part of me is like, just do an Etsy shop. That's where all the shops go, But then another part of me is like, just do a website, set up a WordPress, start posting on there, which I am working on a blog post. It's going to be very simple, very bare bones. Something, just to put up there and post and like, see how I like it. And so far, I kind of like it, but I need to finish it. you know, and then it's like edit it and go through it and take my time with it, you know. That's one of my biggest problems. I want it perfect on the first go, and that ain't how it works. All right, buy 78 cards, tell a story, have fun with your visitors. I'm like, ugh, like I said, socializing. Ugh. Ugh. You know what I mean? Ugh. I don't know. Who else has a Patreon? I'm trying to think of other tarot channels that have Patreon. I know Tarot Oracle has a Patreon. I'll probably talk to him and be like, hey, what's good? What do you do with this? What do you do? You know, I kind of took a few, you know, I kind of looked at his. I'm like, okay. I'm like, probably not going to do that. Probably going to do something else. But who knows? Who knows? I'll email him. I'll have to email him. And I'll also do another, you know, a joint live with him one day. Again, hopefully. Hopefully soon. So yeah. I should put my hair up. It's like sort of dry. I just don't want it on my shoulders anymore because it's itchy. What a weird time to go live. Let's see here. So yeah. Oh, I should also say that me and Lucy are gonna go live and talk about, I don't know what, talk about a bunch of stuff, but you know, mostly like you know, like sci-fi, fantasy movies and shows, perhaps superhero movies and all that, you know. Probably like WandaVision we're probably going to talk about, or Sense8 is another one. I just need to finish the show and we'll be like, okay, then we can talk about it. Because that's one of the things we always like to talk about. We like to go back and forth about, you know, like just any show or movie that we've watched, and we're like, why not just upload, girl? Upload and monetize. So yeah, who else is here? Who's all here? Do I have 4 lurkers just watching my channel right now? It's always those 4. Always those 4. But you know what? They're the true stands. I was like, should I ask if someone wants to go live with me? I'm like, too much work. Too much work. And I should be getting back to work on what I've been working on. But I need a break. Just doing that all day. I'm like, I need a break from that and do something else, you know? And a part of me was like, do live readings. I'm like, I don't want to do live readings. Because if I do live readings, it's like I gotta say that they're free, and then I gotta do free readings, and that brings in the type of questions, and I'm like, I don't want to do that. You know, but I need to see. I need to try it again. I need to see who is willing to, and how many people are willing to pay for readings. I don't know. We'll see, because it's like the YouTube algorithm knows to put out free live tarot readings. You know, I feel I could be completely wrong, but who knows? Who knows? So yeah. Anyways. And there's no one else on, and that's it. We have dead air. I always tell myself, oh, thank you, auguries and signals. It's like, I always think, I'm like, you know what? This is hard work. I deserve it. But then another part of me is like, but do you put that much effort into it? I'm like, I really can be doing better. Hopefully, you know, Patreon will give me incentive, you know. Hello, Allie. So what was I gonna say? All right. Always, I need to make sure to get into the habit of having a set group of topics to talk about on these live streams, but I'm like, it's like some of the things I want to talk about, I need to save them for something else, and then other things that I do want to talk about, I'm like, I need to save them for another thing or not talk about them, and it's like, you know, for all y'all that upload content, y'all will probably know. So yeah, we'll see how this Patreon thing goes. We'll see how see if I can figure out a good tier system and what I can do with it, and what, we'll see. We will see. And I'm tired. Oh my god, how did I just start coughing from my own breath? I feel like I have been getting like I'm not resting right, like I'm not getting enough sleep or something. I don't know. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm not sleeping right. Maybe I need to go to sleep earlier, but I'm like, you know what? I go to sleep and I got my 8 hours. Why am I still tired? Sleep is a scam. Sleep is a scam. Hello, Rachel Days. So yeah, who knows? Who knows? A beard. A beard? What do you mean? Oh, this, her, him? I don't know the gender on this one. Yeah, you see, it's like, for me, it's like, I know what I have planned for this, but like this, it's like I'm content like this, I'm like, I'm not, who knows? Who knows if what the whether live streams will continue or what I'll do with that. I don't know. But yeah, I did not name my beard though, because it's like I always grow her out and then I shave it, Oh, good morning, Jezebel. It's only 9. It's only 9. It's not that late. Well, everywhere else it probably is super late. But yeah, it's like, sometimes it's like you gotta know what you're sometimes you gotta know, like, okay, this is the group of videos I'm gonna set out to put out, and because like I said, it's like I already have like a list of things that I want to upload and do that. 6 a.m. Oh my god, that's way too early. I'm over here saying like 4 or 5. Let's throw on 6. 4 to 6 a.m. Too early. Don't wake up at that time. Go back to sleep. Wake up at 8. But it's and sometimes it's like, who was it? 78 Cards was saying, like, something all the time, being consistent, but then also it's like becoming repetitive as well. It's like, yeah, you don't want that. And essentially what my Patreon is going to be is early access and ad-free content. Essentially, that's, it's going to be on my on the Patreon there. 12 a.m. That's not morning. Can we all just agree that 12 a.m. that's not morning? That isn't the morning. Can we all just like start saying that 12 a.m. is the middle of the night? It's not morning. Yeah, in this channel, 12 a.m. is not the morning. It's too dark. It's too dark. Morning depends on the sun and the horizon, not on the time of day. Okay, 6 a.m. that's morning to me. So when is it morning here? When the sun is rising. That's when it's morning. That's what I'm saying. When the sun is rising is when it's morning. All right. Period. Since 4. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. So there when the sun rises at 4. Yeah. 5:30 a.m. Yeah, like around there, 5:30 to 6. I think because Jezebel, you're like more in higher up in the northern hemisphere, right? So like the sun rises earlier. I don't know. I don't know where you're at, but I do know there's areas that it's like, oh, the sun never sets, and it's like, what? Like, so, aren't there like, oh my god, like in Alaska, in certain parts of Alaska, like the sun never sets, or like it'll be like weeks of darkness. It's like, what? That's crazy right there. That's scary and crazy. I couldn't. I could never. But then another part of me is like, how interesting, how weird, you know? It'd be like really fucking cold, but it's not that north. Oh, she's all the way up. Girl, Jezebel, you gotta you gotta watch for traffic, and that being a group of penguins walking by. but it's like the concept does apply though. It's like, you know, the sun rises earlier or something, right? I don't know. I'm not a geologist, scientist, meteorologist, and astronaut. You seem like a tropical person, so the cold will not work. I mean, it's like, here's the thing. Here is the thing. It's because I've just been born and raised in California. So I think, you know, oh girl. So it's like a part of me is like, no, I'd prefer the cold. I think I'd prefer the cold. I like it cold. I like my AC on, the fan going, and for me to be bundled up and warm. Even in the winter, I want a fan on. I want the circulation. I want the cold air blowing on me, but I want to be covered and I want to be bundled up. Okay, that's what I like, you know. So I'd prefer it colder, you know. I'd prefer it cool, you know, not hot. Hot, it's like sweaty. No, I don't like it. Oh, that's right. I forgot. Well, I heard of polar bears blocking traffic. Do you like negative degrees cold? It seems like a whole new thing. Okay, yeah, that right there, I'm like, I'd have to try it out. I'd have to see it. I'd have to try it. But it's like, I mean, we'll have to see. Let's see. Oh, Allie. I wish. But all I got is that thing. And I'm like, she has no sense of personal space. So maybe Vancouver. Maybe. Definitely a little higher north. Or maybe I'll just move to, well, right? Is it? I don't know. I'll probably move to somewhere in California that's colder, you know, because let me tell you, here where I'm at, it's just too fucking hot and the air quality is garbage. All right. Yeah, look at her. Spoiled. I see her eyes all open. She's like, she's telling me to log off already and to go to bed. I'm like, I don't want to. I'm like, I want to go live and I want to talk. I want to chat. Let's see. I have friends in Stockton, and they said it got cold this year. Where is Stockton? I'm like, wait, where is Stockton? Like, is that somewhere close by? You see, I know a bit of a bit of geography, but not that well. Stockton. Where is Stockton? Nobody tell me. Let me guess. Nobody tell me. Nobody. Let me guess. Stockton is. It's in the south, somewhere in southern U.S. Mr. Cucumber. Who's Mr. Cucumber? Who the hell's Mr. Cucumber? That's what I want to know. Oh, Northern California. You see, that's what I'm like. How far up north do you have to get to where it gets cold? You know, Stockton. Okay, that makes more sense. I'm like, is that California? I'm like, that could. I'm pretty sure there's like 20 cities in the U.S. that's named Stockton. Northern California. I feel like, well, I'll have to see. I have to see. I'm thinking more like, I should say more like in a higher elevation. Pickles. Well, Pickles is a girl. Not so that she's a Mrs. Not a Mr. But then again, you never know. She kind of is. You can never tell. Do dogs have a concept of gender? I don't think so. Wow, Ali, I thought you were a true fan. I'm just kidding. I'm like, Mr. Cucumber. And a part of me was like, she's probably talking about Pickles. I'm like, oh my God. I'm thinking of the dog from BoJack Horseman, Mr. Peanut Butter. Who here has seen BoJack Horseman? Like, can we talk about how that show just fucked me up? Well, prove it to me, Ali. Support me on Patreon at patreon.com/tigersabed. It's not set up yet. Don't look it up. It's not set up yet. But yeah, I'm just like, every now and then I just remember BoJack Horseman and that damn ending. So depressing. It's like the Mr. Horseman. The sad, depressed, alcoholic horse. And you're gonna go for the top tier. All right, I'm just kidding. You don't have to. Yeah, it's there we go. I should get a more comfortable chair as well, because this chair is like, oof. That sounds awful. What does? I'm like, what sounds awful? My Patreon, let me tell you, it's going to be. or BoJack Horseman. I'm like I said, who here has seen and has not seen BoJack Horseman? I feel like no one else has. Because Ali's saying Mr. Cucumber, and I'm like, nah. I'm thinking, oh, Mr. Peanut Butter. You know, he's a golden retriever in that show. I'm like, am I surrounded? Are a bunch of my subscribers people who have not seen BoJack Horseman? Yeah, it's all like, it's all about. It's not a feel good fun show, although it is comedic, but it is about a washed up celebrity horse, essentially. Girl, already 2 people. I'm like, oh my god, we're gonna have to have a live watch along. Essentially, that's what we're gonna have to do. No, it's too many shows. It's too many seasons. It's a well done show that tackles mental health and all that. So yeah, all of the shows on at the same time it was on were messed up too. Yeah, right. I feel like what else? Like there was like, did people finish watching Orange Is the New Black? I feel like that just dropped off the edge at the end. You know, I think. Yeah. I mean, like there was like, I mean, like on Netflix at least, it was like 13 Reasons Why, but it's like BoJack Horseman way better in terms of depicting mental health and dealing with it, and yeah. And it's a freaking like animated, like an adult animated show. It's like, which really we shouldn't like talk down to media that's animated, because it's a cartoon doesn't necessarily mean it's less than. Like I said, one of my favorite movies, Ratatouille. It's a film. Let's be real. It's the best movie ever made. Period. I'm just kidding. There's a few better out there, but it's a good one either way. It's a good, solid movie. What else am I going to shuffle? We're going to shuffle this one now. But let me tell you, BoJack Horseman hit like none other. Which reminds me of another show I saw. Another show, Big Mouth, where he's like, one of the kids, he's like, yeah, sorry, I don't watch movies or shows. I like to watch 10-minute videos that are 2 inches from my face. Yeah. That is also me. But I do both. I watch shows and I watch YouTube. It's too much sometimes. And recently I've gotten like in that phase of like, I'm not interested in consuming media right now. Like in the past few days, I've been getting that feeling. I'm like, I just want to get away from that. I'm not interested right now in that, but I still scroll on it because I'm like, I need a break and I have nothing better to do, even though I should be like taking a break and reading something else or something. I don't know. I'm all about anime. I didn't know I was going to grow up into a Japanese girl, but I love anime. Lots of people love anime. It's big now. It's like popular now. I feel it's more the rage. It's more in vogue at the moment. So no tea, no shade, no pink lemonade. Hello, Fairy Wren. I need to start doing so, LOL, so I can engage more with people. Watch more shows. It's like, well, I guess when it comes to like watching a show and engaging it and being able to talk about it, it's like you can't also just be like, oh, did you watch such and such show? And it's like, no. You know what I mean? It's like, what if they say, what if they also said no? Like, I'm over here. Who else has seen BoJack Horseman? No one has seen it. I'm like, what? No one has seen BoJack. I'm like, oh, honey, here's the thing. It's like every COVID, like every time the virus replicates, it's essentially a mutation. So don't. It's like know that. So like that's the struggle of the vaccine and having to make it like an mRNA, right? I believe that's what. Why am I getting into this? Why am I talking about vaccines? I don't know shit about science. But that's it. It literally all does nothing but mutates. It's. That's the struggle. Like, it's don't over stress about that. Essentially, is what I'm saying, because the vaccine kind of like supposed to work with that, and it's like gonna be we're gonna have to get a new one like every year, you know. But essentially, right? Am I mistaken in this? Because I heard this on social media, but so take this with like, don't take this as fact, but essentially is that what they're saying is that the research that they were able to do with the coronavirus vaccine was able to help develop the first trial run for an HIV vaccine, which I'm like, what? And so it kind of goes to show, it's like if the US was given the proper funding and actually took the AIDS epidemic seriously and didn't ignore it, and actually gave funding and actually worked to find a vaccine for it and find, we probably would have had the technology to find a vaccine for the coronavirus way sooner than now. Essentially, if I'm not mistaken, like, because it's like same concept essentially, or like some similar things. I don't know. I gotta look into it, but take that with or do your own research, people. Let's see. So are you reading those books on your bed? Or is that your to be read pile? That is I don't have enough space on my bookshelf, so they're just kind of like floating around. Stack of books. But yeah, like this is just Marriott. I took this out so I could reference something here for what I'm working on. This is a gift that I got from Lucy, which is a really good book. She said, read it. I love it. Here, I'm going to send you a copy for your birthday. I'm like, oh, thank you. I started reading it. I read, as always, I read like the first 2 chapters and I'm like, it's amazing. And then like I put it down and I'm like, I'll read it later. And I never pick it up again. But maybe I will after this. I'm almost at the 1 hour mark, so I'm probably going to start signing off here. But let's see. Yeah, and then these, I think I showed these before. These were also gifts from my tarot godmother, Natalia. She sent me Stephen King on writing, which love reading it so far. I mean, Stephen King is really just an enjoyable read for the most part, This one I have yet to go through, but it's all about writing, all that, essentially. The War of Art, Do the Work, Turning Pro, and Nobody Wants to Read Your Shit. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I just have to take that into account. Kind of like how I started doing YouTube. It's like, no one's going to watch your shit, so just do it, like, do it with that, like, no, you know what I mean? It's a weird mindset to have. It's like, know that you're going to, like, know that people are going to watch your shit, but also know that like you could have like 0 views on something. So it's like, yeah. and just the other day I was looking at some videos. I got annoyed. I'm like, this is one thing I'm like, maybe I shouldn't be doing YouTube. Because there's like a few videos where it seems like all the smartasses like to go on and try to prove a point to me. And it's like, I'm just doing a flip through of cards. Like, I'm not trying to say that I'm the expert or whatever, or that it's like, that's not like, what? Like, what? So yeah, I heard that too about HIV, right? I'm like, I need to look at the research on that, onto the HIV vaccine, because it's like, they're just doing the trial run. I'm like, this goes to show how bad I am at timing things, but like, since 80s, 90s, right? And 2000s, it's like, and only now do we have a vaccine after a whole generation. Anyways. No, if you're, wait, what's the eyes for? It's a hobby. People need to relax. It's like I'm just doing flip throughs. I'm just doing flip throughs of cards. It's not on my recent videos. They're really old video. It's on, here's the thing. It's on this, which I'm like, what is wrong with people? And it's like, what? It's like, here. Which is why I'm kind of like, I hope that doesn't fall. Which is why I'm gonna look to get rid of this. It's this deck right here. Did a walkthrough of it. I don't use it much. because I got this one instead from Benabel Wen, and I'm like, I'm really liking this. And maybe one day I'll like illustrate like an I Ching. I Ching. Here's the thing. That's another thing. I'm like, how is it? I think it's I Ching. Deck of cards, and I really like this one for some reason. Even though it's like I'm not a huge fan of like block of text, but it's like, you know what? It's like it's supposed to be like a bibliomancy thing, and it's like, you know what? Yeah. This is what it is. You know. You need to do a series on Marielle. I have a series on Marielle, but I'm like, did I privatize it? Did I private it? I should private it and start, working on a redo, an update. That's what I was talking about. Like it's work. It's in the works. It's coming. It's just that I want to do other series first, if that makes sense. Oh, Eyes of the Nice Books. Yeah, screenshot. Oh, that I Ching deck is very popular, so I can see why that's happening. And let me tell you, I did that unboxing, like I did that flip through right when it came out. Like I had it, like did I pre-order it? No. All right, like I don't know. It was right when it came out. I'm like, okay, let's try it. I tried it. I'm like, no. But the little book is good. I will say that. The little book there is pretty good. Pretty good. Well, but it's like, But what do I know? I haven't worked with I Ching too much. So yeah. But yeah, Eyes of the Nice Books. Yeah, they're all for well, these I haven't even opened to read, but it's like, look at how short they are. It's like one of these I can read a book this thick, like, and pretty good. So it's like I should be able to go through these and get a good bit of information to get like the right mindset to write. And I will say, it's like that's just it. You just gotta write. You just gotta do it. I don't know. Oh yeah, there's Pickles. There she goes, getting comfy because the light is on and it's bothering her. So she's gonna get under the covers. But yeah. Yeah. I don't know what else. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to add on to here. Yeah. Hopefully I'll be like also walkthroughs. I have like tons of decks to do walkthroughs of. I'm like, I have so many. So I'm like, I got quite a bit of content there. And that's just the thing, going back to Patreon, bringing it back to that. It's like, okay, just the mere fact of, people, ad-free and early access, that right there, that right there is already one thing, that you can get with my Patreon, that I'm planning on. But it's like but it's so weird to do that for a walkthrough. You know what I mean? So yeah. What? You got the love one and I regret it. It's overrated. I don't get. Girl, don't let Lucy hear you. I think it's mostly because, well, I don't know. How can I, it's like I will I'm not sure how to explain why I like it so much. It's like she's putting out like some pretty like basic ideas that like it's like, why haven't we said this before? Like now we're saying it. I have to read I have to finish it, but so far from the first few chapters on like naming love essentially and giving, putting it into word, like, and then on childhood and how what she writes about, like how, at least in the US, how children are being, how the family dynamic treats children and how children are kind of like raised in, in this Western culture or in, many cultures in general. That should be but again, not a parent, but it's like the mere idea of like how we explain love to children though. But yeah, oh, the I Ching. I'm like, this one? I'm like, what are you? I'm like, I'm like, what? Oh, no, no, no. Okay, the love one. Okay. Oh, the I Ching of love. Yeah, that one. It's like, I think I don't know why someone would do that, and it kind of like the same idea should apply to tarot as well. But sometimes it works out when there's a themed deck for tarot for some reason. But with the I Ching, it seems that it's so universal. It seems that it's so uh it seems that it's so like it's designed to be already a tool for love readings essentially, or relationship readings. um so yeah. Oh, well, thank you, auguries and signals. Wait, is your name Greg? Is it? I know why I said it, but yeah, let's see. uh but yeah, again, it's like it's designed to be like that. It can be applied to that already. So why? Yes, Greg. Yes. Okay, I got it right. So yeah, I can see why a deck like that is not needed. There is one called the Visionary I Ching deck, where it's like the paintings look pretty nice looking. I have the Tao, the Tao Oracle. That's what I have, and that one I don't like some of the depictions in that one. Some of them are very beautiful pictures there, but it's others I'm like, I don't like it. Uh, I got caught up with people's review hype. I can get like that too. I got like some versions of the Rider-Waite-Smith that I'm like, I don't like this. Way in the past decks that I look at, I'm like, why did I even buy those? Yeah, yeah. I wonder. It's like, because again, how many decks have been bought off of the reviewer hype? Hmm. Hmm. I'd have to look. Because it's usually like, I find that some people will like show decks to me, and I'll be like, I don't care about that. I don't care. I'm not inspired. It's nothing. I get nothing from it. And then I see like people post readings with the deck and show like the deck in work, and I'm like, that what is that? What's that? And then I see it, and then I like, oh, it's this deck. And then I get confused, and I'm like, oh my god, maybe I do like it. So that's why some decks have to, like, you gotta like give them a chance. Other times it's like there's a little fly in here, a little bug. Other times it's like, you know what? If I like it, I like it. If not, whatever. Uh, it's that's how it's like. I I just can't. Well, so yeah. So anyways, look at that. Did I advertise? Am I advertising that I'm doing readings? But no, I'm not doing readings right now. If anybody wants a reading, you can do through PayPal or through Super Chat right here in the chat below. So yeah. But other than that, I'm just chatting here. And I'm probably gonna call it a night soon, because I am tired. I'm thirsty. I should have brought water with me, but I'm like, you know what? Our chat, just to go live, just to talk about me musing and processing the Patreon and all that. And so yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. What else? I don't know. I think I'm gonna do a walkthrough of. I don't know which deck to do a walkthrough of next. I should say, it's like, should I do it, or should I just calm it down, tone it down, figure something out first, think of something or whatever. But I think for sure though, I am gonna do a walkthrough of this deck here, because yeah. I just love how this one sounds. It sounds soft, fluffy, very hollow. Like, just like listen to it, like. You know, versus like, I don't know, something like this. I don't know. So this one is, well, its English translation is Tarot of the Hidden Star, but it's called like le Tarot de l'Étoile Caché, something like that. If I'm probably butchering the pronunciation, I'm pretty sure I gave half of France an aneurysm by pronouncing it like that. Le Tarot de l'Étoile Cachée. I should Google it and have Miss Google pronounce it for me. Let me look this up. Let's see. Tarot de l'Étoile. Okay. Let me see here. Let's check it out like this. Let me see. Hold on. I think there's like let me check out Google Translate. I want to hear what's her name say it. Or maybe not. I shouldn't. You know. There we go. Google Translate. Help me out here. Let's see here. Let's see. I don't want it too loud. I'm pretty sure I need to put the accent on that E. Le tarot de l'étoile cachée. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, I said it right. Ah, La France. Yeah. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Let's do that one more time here. Le tarot de l'étoile cachée. Le tarot de l'étoile cachée. There you go. I mean, I'm pretty sure with the accent on that first E right there, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, French tarot deck, Modern Marseille. It's honestly never before seen. Like, it seems like with Marseille, it seems people are much more in the idea of. It seems that people are more with Marseille are more interested in facsimiles or reproductions of old Marseille decks. There really isn't much in terms of modernized contemporary Marseille tarot. Only until recently, I think there's like the Dinosaur Marseille. There's the Marshmallow Marseille, which is just a Marseille, just redrawn. What's another one? The Siren Marseille, or like the Siren Tarot, I think. There's a few here and there, but none like this. None like this, you know? Which I will say, though, it does like lean into the occult and esoteric and touches and hints of Rider-Waite-Smith in there, but I'm pretty sure if you are a Rider-Waite-Smith fan, you're probably not gonna like this. You know, I always think of like, you know, I think some people are just way too into Rider-Waite-Smith, way too into Marseille. Sometimes I'm like, y'all just need to like enjoy like the different variations of tarot, like, you know, from the Marseille to the Rider-Waite-Smith and the Thoth, and even the weird ones in between that couldn't be, you know. It's like it's exhausting. It's exhausting. But then, like I said, other times it's like maybe it's best to be like that, you know. Rider-Waite-Smith is all I need, type of mentality. I'm like, it's like, okay, but like you wouldn't be able to see images like this. You wouldn't see shit like this. It's like, and apparently, broaden the horizons, and maybe that's what I'll aim to reach for with my series. Maybe, fingers crossed. Who knows? But yeah, but what was I gonna say? Oh right. Also, the artist here is gonna make another tarot deck. She's in the works of already working on another one. So yeah. So yeah. I will probably be putting out a poll. Maybe no. I feel like I don't get that much interaction on my community post. I need to get interaction from my viewers. Or just we'll see. We will see. I'll have to just start learning to advertise and push, like, hey, I have a Patreon, support me on Patreon for whatever, so yeah, I don't know what else to say. I have some ideas. I think I know what I'm going to do with it, and if it works out, it works out, and if not, oh well. No, not in any way, shape, or form. The Rider-Waite-Smith is really not that original one, but it is in terms of like reading and fortune telling and all that. It's like divination. It is the go-to because the images in the cards, you can read what's going on in the cards. You can see what's happening. You can read them and you can see like, oh, something's going on here, which is quite funny because Vincent Petisky, I believe that's how you pronounce his name, here on YouTube, he talked about like when he first started and when he started getting around with the tarot, or like way, before, I think a little bit before his time, like Rider-Waite-Smith was just coming into like vogue and, becoming more popular. But most of the time people would read with the Marseille. Like that was the traditional set in stone way, just as how Rider-Waite-Smith is the traditional set in stone way. And like, other decks are now becoming like the offshoots of that. Marseille was like the original in that. And so when people would get the Rider-Waite-Smith, they were like, I don't know this. I can't read with this. Like, what is that? Like, huh? Like, how? Like, what? It's like, so it kind of goes to show like how things have changed, I guess, essentially. If I not, I don't know. There's a video that he has on there. I don't know which video, but it was like a while back. Actually, I think it was, oh wow, it might have been like a year ago. It's a pretty old video now that I think about it. So yeah, anyways, I think we're gonna call it a night there. Thank you everyone that stopped by and watched and chatted with me and tolerated my lack of content chatting, whatever. Yeah. Keep an eye out for my Patreon. It's coming. I'm working on it. Starting to, I should say. Hopefully by next week I can have it set in place. I don't know. Who knows? And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram as well, because I'm a little active on there. I'll like throw in a random shit post on my stories. And I do want to get back. I also want to continue posting my tarot, through the tarot cards, all the cards from my collection and all of that on my Instagram too. But anyways, another time. All right. So thank you all for coming by, and I'll see you all later. All right. I'm horrible at logging off on these. All right. Bye, everyone. Let's see. Oh, it's not on StreamYard. The button is down. It's right here. End stream. And oh, yes, I will be drinking water. End.